And we are now in the lobby. The game is going to be taking place on Prion Terraces. And it's going to be uThermal, the Terran god from the Netherlands, going up against Solar, the Zerg god from Korea. Taylor, take it away.
All right. Well, I mean, this map does have the gold. That's the biggest thing coming out of this, is that there's a gold. And it's at the potential third location. So we're going to see if Solar takes that early on and tries to do like what you do, like Ravager Ling, or you can do classic Bailing Bus, I guess, with it too. But he's been known, like, in the beginning, the Roach Ravager push at 430 is really strong. So we'll see if
420 Ravager push?
Yes, the 420 Ravager push then at 430. But
why don't you do the introductions and do some play-by-play here, Taylor? This is your expertise.
Okay, so spawning in the 11 o'clock position on Prion Terraces, we have the yellow Zerg player, Solar. And is he on a team right now?
Samsung Galaxy Cam.
I didn't know if he was in a, like, because he didn't have the clan tag, but spawning at the 5 o'clock position, we have the purple Terran player, uThermal, representing AT Gaming. But very interesting that he's actually not taking the gold, which I would think he would, just because it's like unique strat.
So you think because it's Solar that uThermal should be the player adapting, basically? Should be the player taking the risks? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that's a fine thing to say. I think so as well.
I know that uThermal has been hasn't been struggling, but he's been frustrated at TVZ because the Ultras. So we'll see if he tries to end the game before that, because we saw him at Nation Wars earlier. Were you watching Nation Wars?
For sure, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering, like, but
the call-outs. No, I wasn't watching. I'm sorry. I sleep during Nation Wars. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry I ever doubted you.
Okay, no, that's cool, man. That's cool, Taylor. So we look to be having just a Reaper opener here by uThermal. A lot of Terrans on this map will open with multiple Reapers instead of just one. And that is because of the possibility that, you know, the Zerg will take the gold first or something like that, because Reapers can jump between bases, and if there's, you know, more space in between the bases, then they have more room to be annoying. Plus, there is a little jumpy area in the main base. Over to the left here, Rob. Go to the left and up, and to down a little bit. Just scroll down. There you go. There it is. So Reapers can jump in through that area over there, and they can be extra annoying.
And he's going for that double Reaper after Reactor, which is very important. But I think he might go into 4 Reapers. It's honestly up to him. He is getting that safety bunker just because he doesn't know if it's that, you know, Ling bailing all in.
I think he might just make 2 Marines after this. I'm just trying to, you know, prove you wrong.
Because that's what you want.
It's what I want, yeah.
But 2 Reapers are going to be able to fend off these 4
Lings. And an additional Reaper, Taylor. Additional 2 Reapers. Wow. Taylor.
I'm a disciple of the god, right?
You're a disciple of the god. So we'll see how much damage he can find with his Reapers. I do like that he's going for the additional Reapers because they're going to be less expected. But from Solar's end of things, seeing 2 Reapers pop up at the same time and a little bit later than he normally would, he has to assume that there is a reactor on that barracks, and that the possibility that uThermal makes more Reapers is pretty high. So,
I mean, in HOTS you couldn't fend off a lot of Speedlings with Reapers, but now with the grenades, you can actually do that quite well, as long as you lead your shot with the grenades.
Yeah. Solar's not really taking any risks here, and his link speed's actually almost done, so these Reapers are going to be very... they're going to have a really hard time trying to find any damage here, and actually they're going to have to back right away. If uThermal clicked on that gas and realized the timing of the speed, and he does, what a great player he is. So he's going to back right away, but will they get caught? It looks like not. He's jumping all over the place, really, so the Lynx are going to have a little bit of a hard time, you know, catching these Reapers. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Yeah, because he's still making Reapers, and I don't like that he revealed them. Now he's committed.
Yeah.
As soon as you reveal those Reapers, you're committed to pushing across the map, and you can see as soon as Solar saw those Reapers, he's gonna start his Roach Warren instantly.
Yep.
Because with Lynx, it's gonna be kind of inefficient and difficult to surround, just like you said, because of the grenades. Reapers can be really cost efficient and just good at dealing with even you know, large numbers of searchings, especially on a map like this where there's a lot of areas where you can jump up and down. Like
against Mass Reapers, you do need roaches or like a huge amount of Zerglings, but with the larva nerf, you can't really produce that much.
Exactly, it's very difficult with the larva nerf, like you mentioned. So uThermal's gonna have to try and find some damage with this Reapers, and Solar with this
big wraparound.
Big wraparound.
Will the grenades come out?
Oh my god, the grenades are just simply not enough, and uThermal with a huge investment here against a player like Solar. Do you think there's a possibility he GG's here?
I think he might just stay in
10%.
it. He might stay in it just to like figure out something. Like maybe he can drop and work something out, but I think Solar just smells blood and he might just go for it.
Yeah, those Reapers did absolutely nothing. I would have much preferred if uThermal kind of made more Reapers and kind of saved them, so that, you know, he may catch Solar before or without
After
roaches
droning.
at all. Yeah. But no, like the Reapers were revealed. Maybe uThermal thought that Solar was committing a little bit harder to the Ling attack at the front than he was. And as soon as they were revealed, he did the right thing to go across the map, but Solar shutting it down fairly easily.
That unit's lost tab.
Yeah,
pretty
I
gross.
think I would have rather seen uThermal stick around the third base, the gold of Solar as well, and maybe try to find some damage there. Going into the main is kind of a big commitment. So yeah, tough for the Netherlander.
I think he's just going to use his Metavacs and just try to drop around, buying time while trying to build up a really good army and then push out with it. But it's going to be up to Solar to defend the Metavacs because, like you said, taking the gold base, you can hop from the gold and to the main the same as you would with Reapers because you have Metavacs.
For sure, for sure. So do you think that it's going to be up to Solar to defend the Metavacs?
I think Solar will definitely be able to defend them, but I think losing the Reapers was just a little bit too much.
Yeah, another couple units getting caught out here, so not the greatest start for uThermal here, who actually ended up oversleeping, so he was sorry about being late, of course, and this is probably the first match of the day for him. But hey, he gets a cancel in the fourth, so maybe he's waking up a little bit, and can he engage those roaches later?
Yes, but he doesn't have combat shield, so they'd get like two-shotted pretty easily, especially if they
So no.
stemmed. No.
Okay.
I mean, if he micros just perfectly, like I know he can, then maybe. But it's better just to keep the Zerg player guessing, keep him moving around, and maybe he'll make the mistake and uThermal can get some drone killed or snipe a base. Because 2 Metavacs full Marines have that capability.
Yeah. uThermal does have 2 tanks out with a third one in production, so I think that is he going for a 2-base timing? I don't know that he doesn't have a third CC
No,
up
he's
or
just
in
gonna go
production,
for
so
it.
he is going for it indeed. And I don't know how much I like this, because attacking into Roach Ravager is so hard. Like, my guess would be that Solar is the one that was preparing for an attack, and you know, now it's gonna be a little bit difficult for uThermal. That's kind of pointless, by the way. You don't really want to focus fire the cocoon because it has a bunch of armor. It's pretty strong, and you know, we get a full refund anyway. So,
and tacking straight down in lane on this map is really hard because the creep spread's gonna go straight down there, and as you can see, Solar just has so much.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much, and I think this is gonna spell the end for game 1 here for uThermal. GG. Solar probably the favorite to win the whole tournament.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I mean, he just won DreamHack, so it's like...
Yeah, he just won DreamHack. He's, I think, ranked 2 on the Korea ladder with very impressive stats. But we do have a couple of Koreans here that can definitely put up a fight, as well as some foreigners that I think stand a solid chance. Harstem is right now in Korea, for example. He's been training in Korea. He's been doing really well on the ladder there. NC is top 20 on the ladder, I believe. But he's going to have to go through Gym Rising first.
Gym Rising.
The top 3 NA Zerg. So...
And you have... Besides Gym Rising,
we have Huck,
and
a very accomplished player, especially in the Legacy of the Void Beta. We have Polt,
yeah,
WCS champion. It's a pretty stacked tournament. Snoot number 1 or number 2 in
and he's facing
European ladder right now, facing Kalasur, so that's gonna be really tough for him. The best Brazilian player, probably to ever exist since Hellghost.
I have no idea who that is.
Exactly.
Gosh,
exactly my
I'm
point.
so new.
Yeah, you're.
Would you call yourself like the Godfather of StarCraft?
The Godfather of StarCraft?
Like, because you're still streaming and playing, and you're still active in the scene. So it's like, who else besides you has been in that scene?
Artosis, Tasteless, In Control, longer
but
than me.
But also
actually.
streaming, but like the streaming aspect too, because you stream every every day, like for
In
like
control.
10 hours plus. But you, I think you stream 10 hours plus.
Why are you arguing with me on this? Like, if I don't want to be the godfather of StarCraft, Taylor, stop making a case for it, okay? Jesus. Are you the grandchild of StarCraft?
Yeah,
I really don't think so.
I'm pretty new.
Yeah, but there's newer players,
That
more representative, perhaps. Of
yeah,
the
of
game.
course. Well, everyone besides me.
EJK, for example. EJK
Yeah.
could be the child wonder.
I
right?
just believe. I believe. Oh, that's also an Exile 5 player. Believe?
Believe is the next one. There you go. There's the full roster of XL5.
I mean, a Neuro.
Ex-Kawayan, Neuro, Believe, Pig. How does one...
Agile Zerg.
Agile Zerg. How does one contend with such roster? Are you guys playing any Clan Wars soon?
Yeah. I think we're in a team league. We did really well in the team league for HOTS.
Mhm.
I think not the NA players played, but the Aussies did. Like the Australian branch, like Pig. Well, Pig by
Is
himself.
NXC in XL5? NXZ?
Is he?
I don't know. Is he? I'm
Yeah,
asking
he
you.
is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Oh, ooh la la. Do you smell an all-in? And if so, from who? Because here on what's this map called?
Central Protocol.
Central Protocol. We are gonna have a TVC in our hands, and what a TVC this is gonna be with uThermal against Solar in close positions.
Were you just like,
Yeah, I just did it.
okay, all right.
So I think this is a really strong Reaper map. There's multiple entries where the Reapers can jump up and down. In hindsight, I think that uThermal if he had seen this match as a best of 3 rather than, by individual maps, he may have chosen not to go Reapers on the previous map just because this might be the best Reaper map.
And it's the best positions for it too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because this map is the second one, it's a little bit predictable if he does end up, but he is going to go for the second Reaper. That's going to be a lot of Reapers, and I really like this. So let's go over the map features that make Reapers powerful here. Let's look at the Zerg base for a second here, Rob. So if we scroll upwards where the drone is headed, we can see that there is no ramp, as Taylor pointed out. And the gap that's between the main and the natural is fairly large.
Huge, yeah.
Plus, it's very wide open. That leaves a lot of room to maneuver for units like Reapers who are going to be potentially uncontested until Solar can get link speed. That's one of the reasons that Solar is going for a fairly early gas.
He went 3 racks
on this
Reaper
map.
with it.
Yeah, so it looks like Solar is accounting for this sort of build by going for, extremely quick gas. So he's gonna have his link speed as early as possible, and if he scouts the 3 racks, which I don't see why he wouldn't or he shouldn't.
Seeing the
with
2 gas
Overlord.
with that few SCVs, automatically 3 racks Reaper right there.
I think that I would like to see a Roach Warren from Solar, to be honest. I think that that's one of the better ways to deal with this. It's a very committed attack, and I'm not sure if links are gonna cut it.
And he's even got the bunker. I think for uThermal, he was very happy with these positions. He scouted with the SCV. He's building a bunker right above the main base of the Zerg player, and that's gonna be his safety anchor point to put on the aggression with his Reapers.
Yeah, and here's something that casters often do, and I'm gonna find myself doing it as well, because if this wasn't Solar, I'd be pretty confident that uThermal has the better end of things right now. But because it is Solar and he has scouted uThermal, there might be something that he knows that I don't. In how to deal with this build, because he's aware of what uThermal's doing, right? And still there's no Roach Warren. There is additional queens in production which are gonna help.
I think he's just gonna count on the queen.
Not really a spine. The first queen is gonna go down actually. And yeah, the more and more I look at this, I think that uThermal is in a great position to potentially do really good this game.
This is a really big snowball effect. Like if you lose that first queen, it's so hard to defend against this many Reapers. Just so much DPS, and you have one unit that really tanks against it, and the Lings don't even have speed, so they can't really engage.
Yeah, there they are, but there's the bunker that we were talking about and loads all the weak Reapers into it as well. Now, one thing for uThermal is he needs to keep poking. He needs to keep killing links, keeping the link count down, killing queens, killing or harassing drones, maybe just throwing mines at the mineral line. The more he waits, the more that Solar is going to have and potentially going to be able to deal with this. Like, he doesn't want enough units that are going to be able to surround the Reaper.
That's a nice pickoff, so.
Is it though? Like, Solar's going to want to engage here. Oh. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what he needs to do. Like, he needs to force trades over and over again, and this is actually looking great for uThermal. Again, I think that a Roach Warren would have been a much better choice for Solar, and actually ends up taking one one of the Reapers down. It's something.
But the queen's off creep and it's gonna get
Yeah,
picked off.
you need to stop this. But yeah. This
Good
is the good counter attack. But this is the big problem. I think that Solar's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna have to get a miracle surround. He's not even mining gas anymore. So the option to go for Roach Warren or even Bailing Nest
Out
is
the window.
out the window indeed. He's gonna have to defend with just Lynx here. Now, uThermal is absolutely committed to this. This is an all-in by him, 100%. He's only at 15 drones, or on 15 workers, so his economy is going to be worse than Solar's. And what that means is that Solar is going to be able to produce a little bit more than uThermal can. So how do you make up for that disadvantage that your opponent has in economy? Well, you have to kill units constantly. Ooh. And oh, one more Reaper may go down, and actually Solar might be getting the surround that he needs here. Some mines go down to try and...
Good
oh, and that's
hit.
great. Very well done by uThermal. It's actually going to save those Reapers. Can he throw some more mines down? And he does defensively very well there. But there's so many Lings out.
He lost a couple of Reapers there, and as long as he can keep the Lings on one side of the Reapers and not fully get wrapped around, he still has that grenade to fall back on. But if you're fully surrounded, no matter if you grenade, you're going to hit your own units in it too, because they're going to get that full surface area on it.
One thing that I would have liked to see...
Oh, I love this positioning though with the bunker. Like
yeah,
he just wedges himself right next to it.
He's not going to cancel that bunker because it's something that provides him vision as well if he wants to. Yeah. If he wants to ever jump on the low ground like he did earlier. And this is great picking off a drone, but he has to be really careful, blocking off the entrance point for the Lynx with mines. And maybe could catch that extra queen. The bunker's finally gonna go down alongside a Reaper. So that's less than ideal for uThermal, but yeah, if he's not picking off drones, I was gonna say I would have liked to see him produce SCVs. He's a little bit late on that, but he has started SCV production back, and I really like that because if he had been producing SCVs throughout, that he would have already caught up and surpassed Solar in income,
so he didn't have the pressure to do and kill drones and force damage.
Exactly. Still, Solar is very committed to this. I mean, this is gonna come down to one fight and how well the mines are placed and how well the Lynx can get us around on this army. So
it's like mono battle.
Yeah. And you can see how strategical uThermal is with the mines. He's never throwing all the mines at once. He's always keeping a few so that he can keep zoning out. You never want to overcommit, and it takes down additional 2 queens, another 14 Lynx in production. But this is looking great for the Netherlander here. So if you bet on uThermal, man, you could win a lot of money. I mean, this would be a 2-1, but here comes the big fight. This is gonna be the game-defining moment. Can uThermal do it?
But the grenades
going all over the place. The grenades, catch a grenade for you, Taylor. And wow, it looks like uThermal has done it, boys. A little bit more micro here and there, and yeah.
uThermal takes it.
uThermal takes it. So, what a game. The series is tied up, and we're looking at a potential huge upset here in Game 3. So we talked about it. We said, like, this is the map where Reapers are going to be the most effective. uThermal identifying it as such as well. Goes for the 3 racks Reaper, a very committed attack. Very well executed with a bunker as well. But Solar... Where was the Roach Warren, Taylor? Like, I would have really preferred to see
I think he was confident enough in his queens and lings to hold it off. And I think getting a Roach Warren he thought would be too slow. But...
I mean, I don't mean to...
Like,
what he was thinking,
if he could connect creep between the bases,
I think if he could connect the thoughts in his head and be like, oh, that's a 3 racks Reaper, I think that Roaches are the way to go pretty much every time. If not, you might want to drop spines or something along those lines that Reapers have a lot of trouble dealing with.
Like 1 spine, 5 queens.
But yeah, like uThermal played this pretty much perfectly. The other option would have been to continue to mine gas and maybe make some banelings so that when you get that surround, you kill a lot of Reapers. Because otherwise the grenades and the Reapers just their damage against Lynx is pretty great. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't particularly like the strategic choices they're made by
picking up that first queen was actually pretty huge, because that kind of made it into that snowball effect where the Reapers will always just, in that huge amount of numbers, will just beat Lynx because they have that they keep throwing grenades out.
They have range as well, and like, because they're always balled up, there's only so much surface area that the Lynx are gonna be able to
he'll always have a grenade too, so there's like, even if he was afraid of getting wrapped around or surrounded, he would just throw a grenade out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, great analysis there, mostly by me. And we are going to be entering Game 3 on Ruins of Ceres, and what a map that's going to be. The determining final map.
I don't like this map.
You don't like this map? Why don't you like this map?
Cross spawn, it's really hard for me as a Terran player to beat Zergs on it.
Mm.
So I vetoed it.
What does CJK think about it?
Well, he's only been meching recently, so I don't know for a mech player how this would be.
Okay.
I'll have to watch a Velo stream more often. Yeah, to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited. This is, like I told you before this tournament, whoever wins this will probably win, has a good chance of winning the whole thing. Wouldn't you agree?
No. I mean,
you're thinking from Solar's point of view, but
like like I'm thinking because Solar is the favorite to win the tournament,
but
and
if
whoever
you beat
wins
the
this,
god, you carry it on.
I mean, if uThermal beats Solar, I would still not give him, not think of him as the favorite to win the tournament.
Because he's Terran.
But I will take your action if you want.
I'll let you do the.
You'll let me do it. Thank you very much. Ruins of Ceres is the map, and the baby blue Zerg that we see here from Samsung Galaxy Can. It is gonna be one of the best players in the world at the moment, Solar. And on the other side of the map, on the bottom right, I guess, what time is that?
4:20.
Spawning at the 4:20 on the same map, Ruins of Ceres. It is gonna be the Netherlander who just upset Solar, even if just for one map. Can he finish it off? Can he finish the job and keep the foreigner dream alive in Legacy of the Void? We'll see. It's a tall task, but it is uThermal on the over there. The uThermal. It was a really long intro. I will.
You had to
admit.
build it up.
Yeah, had to build it up. So yeah, Taylor, what's up?
With this match?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I saw uThermal play against a Zerg on his stream the other night, and he went just for 2 Reapers, and then he went for just bio tank. I think he just preemptively gets tanks just because there's such a good defensive measure, and then you can just drop all over the place.
I would like to see that, especially against a player like Solar. A lot of the time, people will tend to cut corners against the better players, while the quote-unquote better players will a lot of the times anticipate things like this. Because even if you're an amazing, even if you're the best mechanical player in StarCraft 2 in the world, if you're losing on the mind games or just setting yourself behind by playing it safe every game, you're going to lose to worse players than you. So I think that uThermal should kind of pick a map, and perhaps this is it, where he should just be the defender. Be like, you know what? I know that you are a god, but I think that on these positions, on this particular map, you should be expecting something like a Ravager Roach timing or something along those lines from Solar, simply because, he's one of the players that started the Roach Ravager in Legacy of the Void. Like he got as good as he got on the ladder and whatnot on the back of Roach Ravager timings. And people have learned since to deal with them a lot better, getting the early tanks and whatnot. But that might be something that uThermal is, willing to potentially cut.
Oh, wow.
Just say something like, I hope you're not doing this, and not make those tanks. So I really hope that he does, especially in these positions, because it's, it's like 3 screens away from your opponent. It's extremely close by.
He's actually going to go for the 3cc this time.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking. I mean, that's a good risk to take if you don't think your opponent's going to be aggressive, right? Now, he can still be somewhat safe behind a 3cc opener, so I really hope that we see a tech lap onto that factory and tanks being produced.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's going to.
Yeah?
Like, almost 100%.
Almost 100%. So what is that, 99%?
I mean, he's going to play super greedy, and the best defensive way to defend against aggression is tanks, from the factory at least.
For sure.
But do you think Solar is going to do something like Nidus? You think he'll Nidus?
That was a lot of links committed by Solar, by the way. He could very well do a Nidus, sure. But with this many links, the disparity in workers is actually not that big right now. Now, the bad thing for uThermal is he lost his Reaper, or did he lose more than one Reaper? He lost a Reaper, and SCV Rob from production is informing us. So with this many links, I'm actually a little bit surprised that uThermal is, as confident as he is, because he hasn't dropped a bunker. Or
no bunker. He's going for Helene, so I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, and he delays the, not 100%, huh? So he delays the bunker, and the cool thing that uThermal did do there is he ran his Reaper the other way. because he doesn't want for the Lynx to get closer to his base. So pulling the Reaper towards Solar makes it so that his Lynx are less likely to attack him. And knowing that he has no bunker up, that's
he had to wait for the
really
Helm.
nice,
He had to stall
yeah,
for time.
a really nice heads-up tactic there. So,
But
yeah.
we do see that Hellion Liberator play, which is fairly popular.
Helen Liberino, yeah, and it's two Liberators at the same time. Now, Liberators, a lot of people are like, Liberators don't work against Roach Ravager, like they're so bad. But that's if you have a low count of Liberators, that is true. But you know, if you have a higher count of Liberators, and we see that he's producing two at the same time here, it's very difficult for Roach Ravager to break into, because you only have so many Ravagers. And when you only have so many Ravagers, sure, you can one-shot a Liberator, but all the time in between that and your next cooldown, you'll be taking damage from multiple other things. So I like this, and he's continuing to produce more Liberators. I would like to see an armory. Do you think we're going to see a Liberator Hellbat timing or something along those lines?
He is getting 2 more barracks behind it and stem, so he might just want to like yeah, he's switching to tanks now. But he only got, I think it was 8 Hellions, 8 or 6.
8 or 6, all right. And
Six.
at
Six
the
is
same
the
time,
match.
Solar is going for an attack here, and this is pretty much what we were talking about,
Yeah.
right? Like what you should be expecting from Solar on this map in these positions. So is he going to be ready? 2 Liberators may not
But
cut
they're
it, but 4 would.
Yeah.
And
But the
he's
first
about
2
to
are
get-
on the other side. They're at the Zerg's base.
Oh.
So there's nothing
Are they
here to
gonna be-
defend this.
Yeah, at the same time, those Liberators, like you mentioned, are doing some damage. They're preventing Solar from mining almost at all. So this is not too bad for you from uThermal on that end of things. Now, one of these Liberators should almost instantly die unless Solar does not pay attention, and he does have his main to worry about. So is uThermal paying attention himself? He is. One Liberator will go down immediately, but is that going to be enough?
I don't think with the Link Flood it's going to be enough, though. And he's
think
going to
it's
lose the
gonna-
natural.
it's-
And he's
the
going to
third goes down without a liftoff, and I think that's going to be it for the Netherlander, who has been doing some damage on the other side of the map, but the supply nearly or over triple for Solar at this point. So that's going to be game for
GG.
uThermal, unfortunately. And yeah, again, like I feel like he should have just, you know, anticipated something like this from Solar on this map in these positions. And again, like a lot of the time, players think, okay, Solar is the better player.
Yeah.
He's not going to take a risk in something that could set him behind. But you know, the best players in the world do that. They have to play to the map, even if they are playing people that they would consider worse. You know, so Solar doing pretty much exactly what you would expect him to do, and uThermal just not being ready for it. I would have much rather seen the tanks and him be the defender. So a little bit unfortunate for uThermal, but he did play a great game too. And that's going to be it. Solar takes the series 2-1 in a close match against the Netherlander God. Next up is going to be